Okay, good afternoon. It's, oh, can I get a quick mic check? Is there somebody that can do that for me? I don't know. JD's in the room. JD's in the room. She rocks. JD gets special Christmas gifts. Okay, it is not December yet. It's November 1st, 12:05 p.m. midday review. I see about 21 people missing. So I am going to definitely, I don't know, but you're not getting JD's Christmas gift, that's for sure. That's all I can say. Okay, so we're going to start with oil because this is in play right now. So if I lose this trade, let me say that I did every technical possible disciplined check that you can possibly do. Oil's starting to freak me out because it's trading at, well, US oil, WTI, FX is trading at 54.32, so that it's probably trading 54.35ish right now. The point is that it's already like up in here. This is divergent from if you take the last, whatever it is, 6 months. Price discovery's completely disappeared. Oil's worth $14 a barrel. Everybody knows it. And somehow it's going up and it's acting really weird in the model. And it's just weird. Weird thing to happen. And I know that people say, oh, there's too much liquidity. The CBs can't control it. And I don't know, man. I started talking about the CBs controlling oil 4 or 5, 6 months ago and price discovery disappeared. And anyway, I'll snap right out. I don't know what I'll do. I'll have to send tweets to, I don't know, who would you send tweets to? But anyway, under the yellow line is preferred, but this is the outside of the quad. No, yeah. Well, this is a decision area between the two quads. One quad here where the baseball diamond is. There's another quad below. And anyway, under the gray line is a short, but especially under the yellow line on the model, it's a short. And in between here is kind of a test area. So all of this is like test area. But the point is, I waited for it to go under the gray line, leave the quad that's up here that it was in, which is a third quad. It left. It got. I waited for the report, EIA report. Got under the gray line, got into the lower quad, into the test area, but then it lost the yellow line, which is completely a short. That never fails, like ever. Like I think it's like 100% without exaggeration in the model. So I entered it. If this, see, something tells me something's stinky. Nothing yet, and trade tells me something sticky, but something tells me something stinky. So I don't know why, but my gut's pretty good. And I hate losing to begin with, but I hate to lose to a fixed market, and I hate to lose to being technically disciplined, if all that makes sense. So I would probably black out. Yep, I probably would. And Monkey's not very happy about the idea of that happening either. He gets really pissed off when things don't go right. Okay, that's oil. Oh, if it actually plays out, every time it goes back to the quad wall, I'll reshort. I'm only in 1/10 right now, even up to a third every time, until it gets down to the next, you know, low decision on the whole swing side of, you know, I'm ramping up for a heavy swing is what I'm saying. So, you know, for me, it's intense. My oil sizing can get pretty big. Okay, so that's oil. And not only that, but we've got swing traders in it now, oil traders are in it, and day traders are in it. So, you know, this is a big one. Next is XBT USD. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I'm sure you can, or you would have said so. Oh, echo. You have an echo. Echo gone. Mike is good. Thanks, guys. That reminds me of that song, Echo. Sorry, I was thinking back to 1983, I think. I used to play in a band, and Flock of Seagulls, that's it, Flock of Seagulls. And we opened for this band called Flock of Seagulls back then. Maybe it was 85. And that song's running through my head. Okay, it's not the only thing that runs through my head. XBT USD. So I discovered this morning that it actually reacts pretty good on the 1 minute, like for day trading. 1 minute, 200 MA seems to be a pretty good trigger on the intraday. Sorry, I was just changing my air conditioning here. VWAP also seems to be a pretty good. So anyway, this is XBT USD. I had a fantastic session last night. I have to brag really quick because it's happy time in Bitcoin land, and you know, it's my, I don't want to get all, you know, teary here, but it's my heart's desire for, you know, people that really want to win and get over the wall and conquer this game to actually win, you know, for everyday folk. That's my big thing. So anyway, anybody that might be listening to this video, the 1.4 people after it's published, you need to get into what we're doing with Bitcoin, because I'm telling you, it will change your life. Anyway, yesterday, I did tell the shorts that they needed to be very careful because it was Satoshi Nakamoto's birthday. And what happened? The CME announced that futures are going to start trading. Boom. This is our huge oil trade sitting up today. Full moon coming, so my free diving is going to suck. I'm going to have to figure out something else to do. Maybe I'll go skydiving. Facebook, got out of Facebook. That was a good win. Earnings list on my Twitter feed, and there was something else. AAOI, man, I don't know if I'm going to hold into tomorrow or not. Here's the Bitcoin action. Now here's what's really important with this, to give you an idea of how well we do at it. So, and the other one was win. We're winning win. We entered yesterday. That's going well. I want to show you this Bitcoin though, because like when I tell people, like, you go, oh, I think I'm going to go to this weekend. By the way, there's a jazz festival here starting tomorrow, I think, so I'm pretty pumped about that. But I want to show you this Bitcoin to give you, to inspire anybody that's thinking, look how well it went. But there's an important part here. Let me show you. Important. Strap in. Okay, so I was strapping in there. Now that was at 5:49 p.m. and then so I published a chart, and what I was publishing was it was getting out of the box there, right? And what time was that at? We know Bitcoin. I'm telling you, the models work. 5:59, so that's only 10 minutes later. It's getting out of the box, right? Yeah. So then and then the machines show up shortly after, because it's getting out of the box. And then, right here, I even told everybody, publish a chart, said TikTok. I mean, it was still ready, 7:03 p.m., right? And then boom down. Boom. Anyway, then it hit. You know, so here it is here after TikTok. Starts and then it keeps going. It just didn't stop. Anyway, that's intended to inspire anybody that wants to get up over the wall of slavery in life. Let's see here. I think that's it for announcements. So that's kind of where the trades are at. XXII, I had a fellow, you know, I get these DMs from people. asked me to look over, and he's in it, and but he's not a member, and so anyway, we hate each other now because like he wants it done now, but like I can't anyway. If you're thinking about XXII, anyway, the tweet's there, you can look at. Living in the midst of conflict is really bad for our health. So that's an interesting study. I think that is for my... Yeah, I just want to make sure we covered it. Oh, and then on his birthday, buddy from CNBC Fast Money starts talking about hammering down. One of the best trades out there, he says. And look at this, oil, you little bugger. Oh, I'll be mad. Look at this. Why is the chart not updating? Oh no, that's it, updated. I guess it's still like this is this thick wall here still keeps me in play in my short, but and this is decision area, and it's common for it to screw around, and it might even just hit this target, leave me in suspense all weekend. Okay, gold. I think you all know. I think I was pretty good at predicting that. I predicted the pop would come, but don't get too excited about long side on it, in my opinion. Okay, so that's gold. Silver's having a great day. A lot of silver lining there, but same story. VIX is dead. The dollar, we didn't even talk about that. Shop, we got out just on time. It's just tanked ever since we got out, and that was good timing. Is the chart going to come up for me? I should probably just kill some of this. Let's get out of the oil room. Let's get out of my Twitter feed. Win, we know that we're winning. I'm holding, so I'll just shut that down. AAOI. God, it's down another %, so they're panicking right now. So here's my thesis with AAOI. I'm in it now. I mean, I got to do it. The CEO, or whoever it was, came out and said, look, our earnings are going to suck, and it sold off. And I'm in deep. I'm underwater on it. How much of the portfolios? I don't know what it would be. It'd be like maybe, might be down 3% on our portfolios on a whole. So it's a pretty big play for us. But I believe in the company, and I believe that the shorts are going to be on the wrong side of the boat because I think it's already baked in. That's my thesis. I'm going to close my eyes. Shop, we timed that perfect. We sold up in the way up in the before it tanked. UAA, where is it? I was going to say, wow, that looks good. Wow, Bitcoin's about to rip again. I'm just going to look at where Bitcoin is on the algorithm model and see. Could rip. Good. I don't think it will though, but it could. I don't think it will right now is what I'm saying. UAA, same thing, waiting for it to get up and over the 200 on the 5. On these washouts, I like to try and get over the 200 on the 5, preferably. Anyway, that's what I'm looking for. I don't know if I alarmed it yet, so I'm just going to alarm it really quick. Yay, crossing value. 200 MA. Blah, blah, blah. Great. AMBA. I think it was Sean that brought this into the room the other day. If it wasn't, forgive me, but I'm pretty sure it was. And it's done well since. I've almost hit the trigger like 14 times. It's getting into a pretty cool area right now, isn't it? I think I'll just manage that DWT trade I'm in right now, shorting oil. I think I'll stay out of AMBA right now. good alert though. Oil, well, see, I mean, any trade out there is going to fail. Like on the 15-minute intraday, anything loses the 200 MA, that much is going to tank. Now, let me just see this before yeah, it hasn't even got to the 30. I mean, if there was a bounce there off the 30, sure, fine. I don't know, it smells really bad. Look at Bitcoin. Wow, I wouldn't want to be short. Which, by the way, I did lose a short in Bitcoin recently. It hurt. Bad. It sucked. Okay, if anybody has any charts, throw them in. Why do we have team members not in the room on midday today? I wonder. Mind you, we have a lot of people, number of people I know are on holidays, number one. Number two, a number of people after they watch the videos, they send me questions and that kind of thing. But still, process-driven trade, man, it works. Okay, well, let's dig up a few nuggets here. Actually, I got to bring up one chart first. It's 12:22. If we can run through these real quick, that'd be awesome. I'm trying to keep these as close to 30 minutes as possible. Okay, what's the one chart we're going to bring up here? Win, we already looked at win. VRX, it's on close watch. 10, solar, yeah, Facebook, Tesla. Let's bring up Tesla. Tesla could be a bear trap setup. There's a lot of this fake stuff going on right now. Fake out stuff, to me, in my opinion. Sometimes Monkey, he thinks he controls me. Wow, he's a bulldog. But anyway, so Tesla, now look at this. Look at this. This is beautiful action. Why landmine filled Tesla could implode? Like they shouldn't even, it should be like disbarred, like a lawyer gets disbarred for writing those kind of headlines. It's just awful. Who cares what their earnings are? I'm going long Tesla after these earnings. I've been looking for a washout for months. And this is setting up perfect. Look at that weekly. If we get a washout to the 50, 100, or 200, I don't care which one it is, I'm going long hard. The reason being is that, I finally figured out, it took me a long time to figure out why this just is so strong. And it's because it's a little piece of the future kings and queens. Average people like us can buy a little piece of that. Everybody knows that in the future, it's one of the chosen. So all I'm doing is I'm looking for a bounce off of these, and the lower the better, right? For me, anyway. If you're holding it, I apologize. And we have a number of our private investment people in it. Not because I put them in, sent out that kind of data, but Anyway, for the first time, I'm actually very serious about entering. So let me just set an alarm here real quick. Add alert crossing. I'm going to add one more for the 20. No, this is on the weekly. So yeah, it's really, really broad. Tesla crossing 20. But you can do that with this. I think that's the way, you know, this is a buy and hold on opportunity. Okay, now man, that oil trade makes me nervous. My gut is just churning on it. I'm only in 10%. I'm churning. And it's technically perfect. Okay. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. We're gonna look at the day here and find some nuggets. LBIX, the penny pushers were really excited about this one this morning. I noted divergence in this one, and if I'm right, I'd have to go back to the video, but I think I told you guys that this was going to happen, that it was going to bounce like this. If I remember right, because I went through the history of the chart. Yeah, I'm sure this is the one, and I missed it. It's probably got a couple more days in it, like if you caught it near the bottom of the candle. That's a probably. Other than that, I hate it. It's a short term. BBG on daily, it has its 200. It has its 20 above the 200. Price above both, all MAs. And first time it failed, second time, third time failed. It got right back down into its previous lows. That's concerning. It's fine that it loses, that it loses it the first round. But to do this, that's concerning. So that's not good action. It's just not good. It might work, but it's not good action. So I'd stay away from it. CLXT, CLXT, maybe? Obviously, no history. So when I get into situations, if I'm thinking about taking a long, I look to the MACD as my primary. If your MACD's turned up, like the only way on these, you would want to take a, anyway, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. PLT, Plantronics. Now, why do I know this name? Upwards 200. It trades like a commodity. Doesn't respect the 200. It's just, it's just floppy. I don't know. Like basic symmetry says it geared up, and now it's gearing down. I'd expect the other side of the symmetry to look like this, the opposite way down. But we'll see. EMES. FOMC is what, this afternoon? 2? You're saying FOMC for oil, probably. That's what you're thinking. EMES. So this one, this is the type of chart that can spring on you Like you wouldn't want to be short in it, but I don't know if you want to be long. It can spring on you really fast and really hard. Like this is probably going to spring again. I wouldn't begrudge anybody taking a long in this one, even though it's under the 200. And that's not normally like me. And no matter what the indicators say, even though the MACD looks like it's about to turn up. Because I mean, it's just simple science, right? It came down so hard. Just a bouncing ball, right? I bet you this one goes. What's the price tag on this? I don't know anything about this. Or what it is, even. It's oil. Oh, good Lord. I take back what I said. Oh, yeah, EMES. Yeah, I knew that. Wow, I'm dippy sometimes. Problem is it's attached to something that I'm going to be shorting. I am shorting. If it wasn't oil, I'd say give her a shit. Pardon my language. But, well, is it oil? I don't even know anything about this other than what it is. I don't know. Sorry, I don't pay attention to what these are because it's all in the chart for me. Chart says that's good, a good play long. BGFV, bottom play, obviously. Just a piece of junk. IPDN. IPDN. Junk. You know, those guys, those pumpers that sell subscriptions, they get the lizard brain active. They just pick on people with these. I mean, it could go, it's just, you know, it's bottom play. TYHT. The reason why I say those things that I say about this kind of thing is because technically speaking, statistically speaking, a stock that's breaking out to the upside, statistically speaking, will more often than not continue its breakout up. So the longs win more often than not, statistically speaking. The same thing with a down. The shorts will win more often than not. So what's happening is those guys that are offering the services, when they start to alert these, what they're doing is they're picking on a psychological part of our brain. It's called the lizard part of our brain, and it causes us, it's like walking in the casino Friday night with the lights flashing. It causes your brain to go, oh, look at how much upside there is. There's very little downside, but that's not true. That's not statistically true. Study it out. And they know. So what happens is they put out those alerts and then they get their $30 for their monthly fee. That's how it works. It's true. TYHT on the daily has its 200. Now, statistically speaking, when something on the daily has its 200 and the MACD is turned up, statistically speaking, you are on the winning side. We all have our lizard brain. That's why they do it. TYHT. Anyway, statistically speaking, anytime anything has a 200, MACD's up on the daily, you're statistically on the right side long. But you have to manage your risk. That's where sizing comes in, and risk. Managing risk. Managing risk is my #1 downfall. I can get really seriously deep fast, like I did with that Bitcoin short. I was deep. At one point, I was 3 cents away from being liquidated, and it was big. 3 cents. Now, I would never do that with, you know, team money, if you want to put it that way. But personal money, there's something in me. Risk taking, I think is what it's called. Anyway, TYHT. Bull advantage, big time. It's missing history, so I can't tell you a lot about it, but I wouldn't doubt if you get a pretty serious pop. And it looks pretty thinly traded though, yeah. But it looks good. If you like these kind of stocks, I would keep a very serious eye on it. And then you just bring it down to the 5 on the intraday. Find it set up on the 5 or 15 or 30. Enter sizing, in tenths or thirds or fifths or whatever. And as it proves out, keep going. But when it does get its pop buddy, the bull here, remember it's going to return to the EMES, right, for another. So that's how you, anyway. You guys know the drill on that. And if you're watching this video and you don't know the drill on how to manage those properly, then go watch my videos, please. On the daily trending stock, these I don't like. Now, I just went through explaining the 50-day, 2-day, blah, 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 breakout. Chances are higher. But you got to keep in mind, these are the type of the breakouts that don't normally continue up. They come back and test EMES and then maybe go up. Just keep that in mind. EHTH, EHTH, looks thinly traded. Yes, it is. It is not a stock that I can give you an opinion on because of the way it trades. It's not normal. So something's going on. I don't know what it is without looking at the company, but it's not normal. It's got a trajectory that most don't have. Just the way it trades like this here. A little straight, boxy. Perfect boxes. The symmetry is perfect. And speaking of which, the symmetry is perfect. So, Sesame Street. What's next? Right? Sideways, then down. So your buy trigger is at 2106-ish, right? When it comes back down. But then you'll be 3 legs into it too. And you're only going to get 4 or 5. Or 3. But, typically the most 4 or 5. So there's a bunch of rules-based trading for you so far today in a nutshell. VBIV under the 200-day. Good Lord. Anything that has a bottom base that long, you got to be suspicious of. But that's a beautiful gap in there. I can't give you an opinion on it. I don't know enough. It just doesn't look good. Here's another one, trending stock. 1, 2, 3, boom. What's next? Probabilities say 4, boom, or 5, boom. And then you're dealing with a support somewhere around 35 bucks, and you bought in at 50. Just look at my AAOI trade and you'll see what can happen to you. SYX, same thing. CVRR, did we already look at this one? This looks like that EMES, similar. Kinda. That's oil and gas. It's got close to the same chart. Yeah, oil and gas. Oh. I think they're just raping everybody. But, I could be wrong. BGS. That's funny. That's a good short. Too bad I missed that one right up under the 200. IZEA. Wow, I was hoping to find some good ones here today. It's at the 200. earnings. 12 days. Could be a short-term decent one. Leading into those earnings. But you'll have to decide that. And I mean to the long side. MACD is about to cross up. It's an interesting play. It's not my style, but you know, if I was a full-time day trader, this one would be on my short list, because you just bring it down to the 5-minute and work it. TRIL. Ugh. Really? Did they really do this? Can't believe it. Well, caution. Terrible management. I know this company from the stock promoting side. Just terrible, terrible stock management. Awful, 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 awful. Careful. MDR. What's this? Trades like a pharmaceutical company. Wow. Trades like oil and gas, gold, oil, yeah. Oh, that's too bad. I was really geared up for some good ones here. SKLN, well, they had some good news, but careful there. TRIL, careful. BGS, SYX, IPDM, MEV, and T. Did we look at EHTH? Yeah, that's really too bad. I was mentally ready. Okay, and for me, you know, that's a big deal. Let's look at some washouts. EVHC. It's kind of got risk all over it, doesn't it? QUMU. Seems to tank after earnings. I don't know, this one might be decent. But took off to the positive side after earnings there. Tanking into earnings, and after earnings, then it spikes. This sounds really simple, but you can take a basic trend line, the trajectory, go to this previous bottom and do that. And look at that's where the price is right now. I just, going from this bottom here, and this bottom, same trajectory. Nothing too technical there, but I wouldn't doubt you'd get a pop here. Like you could put, if this is your style, you could put it on your watch list and see if it proves itself out here. Like it's almost something that I would actually consider right now, but I'm really, really geared up for this oil trade. This one's hard to ignore. I'm gonna going to do this. If this proves itself out, I'm going to go with this. I like that trajectory on the chart. See, the thing about the chart, it's like a muscle, or like muscles, it's got memory, right? On a whole, I mean, not every time. Okay, FTR. 3D printing, what happened here? They missed on earnings or something? Yeah. I mean, the same argument could be made here for the trajectory, but it has this here, this section of it that's bad. I'd be careful. Pitney bows. You just couldn't change your business model fast enough, eh? That's terrible. There's a trending stock that comes off at earnings above its 200. Could pop. Terrible. So anyway, I think that did for that. Oh, hold on a sec. Where did that go? SENS is in here somewhere. I thought I seen it. There it is. Interesting. This is a definite watch. For sure. Oh yeah. For sure. So I'm going to learn the upside on price action. And I'm going to put that alarm up in here. I'd like to see it get these MAs, like price to get the MAs to the positive side. I think it's going to rip. And then I'll also alarm the 200 just in case it gets there. I think that's going to rip. Whoops. There's a few good ones in here. Fixie Dixies. Oh, you gotta be careful with this one. Loopy Lulu. Yeah, let's see, trending stock. There'll be a lot of swing trading services getting into this. It's not my thing. The return's just, just not there. Okay, nobody's got any charts again. Again? Ooh. Okay, well, if there's nothing you want to look at, we got a few out of that. Nothing fantastic, but Sean, how you doing, man? MDXG. I'm going to see you in real life here soon. It's been nice to have the visitors, I have to admit. The one visitor I had, the hedge fund fellow from Switzerland, FX Line Partners. He brought just a whack of chocolate and this cherry liqueur. Well, it wasn't. I thought it was a liqueur. It was freaking gasoline, man. You know, I couldn't drink it. MDXG. But those chocolates. Oh, I was sick after because I don't eat that kind of thing normally. MDXG. Are you staying in the little bungalow, Sean, or did you go upscale? The little cabins. Casa 22. You'll have to send me information on that. No, Casa 22. Is that a place, like a hotel? MDXG. These little cabins that are on the beach here that I'm staying in, they're real basic, like basic. If you need like a holiday to get away kind of a holiday, I don't know, you know, well, my whole life, all I did was go to the top end resorts. But there is something refreshing about staying in with the locals. Okay. Yeah, so what you need, this is an interesting chart, man. You come up with some great charts. And it's not thinly traded either. So we're past earnings. Oh, look at oil. What time's FOMC? 2 o'clock? Bastards. Anyway, MDXG. MACD is about to turn up. Stock RSI. You know, so all three indicators, like which direction are we going to go here? You're on natural support. That's a big deal. It wouldn't be easy for it to track down to the next support at 10:03. Very difficult. If anything, maybe in here at 11. Personally, if I was going to trade this, I would take a chew in this range that it's in, like a 10th or a third. When it gets over the 200, take the other 10th or third. And then once it's over the MAs, take your last chunk. That's how I would do it. So I'd take your feeler now, size in over the 200, and then size in over the MAs once the price has, you know, it's on top of the MAs. Isn't the best, like your potential return, but you got to think like this here. 840 to, well, that's almost a double in there, man. That happened fast. What do they do? Medical. It's post earnings, so that's huge to your advantage. Very interesting. I think what I'm going to do is, it's got me thinking too now. I'm going to see if I can get some divergence to the upside. If I get that, I'm going to go with that plan I just gave you. So if, you know, if it starts to, well, here it is on the 5. These washouts, like, to take them before it gets the 200 on the 5 sucks. And even once they get the 200 on the 5, they don't always work, like this one here. So you would have taken it here at 1161, 1165, but then it only washed out to, you still be positive at 1185 there. So that's the nice thing about waiting until you have the 200 on the 5, because you can sit kind of comfy. Yeah. It's kind of why you don't want to trade on the 1, it's so tight. But you get the pops, that is nice. But the thing is, like here, you get up over the 200 on the 1, and then it fails, and then you're underwater. So that's a perfect example of what I mean. So trading on the 5, if that happens to you, you enter here, it washes out to here, you're basically even. That's kind of a typical scenario. Yeah, I would take this over the 5. 200 MA on the 5 myself personally. Add. Crossing. There. Cool. Thanks. Thanks for bringing me a bone. Yeah, Sean, if you have anything planned or where you're staying or anything like that, and your flights and stuff, you should send me, because yeah, then also I can kind of structure my world too around it, or, you know, give you a heads up or whatever on different things. Anybody else have any charts they want to look at? Cool, cool. Thanks, Sean. That's it, I guess. Quiet day again. Been some quiet days in here the last 3 or 4. Cool. Okay, so that's midday. It's 12:58 anyway, and yeah, this afternoon I don't know how much I'll be around. I'm not sure. This oil place got me really peeved off. Okay, we'll talk soon.